Every now and then I'm fortunate enough to make friends who think like me. I met a guy the other day who had this Rock Rey, Super Rock Rey, and he was interested in my Super Baja Rey, and so we thought, you know, fuck it, straight up trade. So this is mine and my Baja is now his. Let's go for a drive. Of course, this is going to drive a lot like the Baja. Just imagine a smaller body with bigger wheels. Same chassis, very, very, very similar suspension. Only differences are in the front end, different knuckle design. But this is, you know, kind of a familiar experience, but I kind of wanted to see if this would handle a little bit different, if I would enjoy the aesthetic, right? I'll try not to break it because when I tried recording this video last week, I kind of made love to a curb. Ooh! So, you know, I'll try my best to not destroy this. The spare wheel that was on it was completely rounded out, so it's not usable. So I guess it'll live a second life as a bumper more than anything else. Because this has a smaller body, I suspect the way that it handles nose down will be a little bit more predictable, a little bit easier to deal with, because the wheels are the first thing to hit the ground instead of the nose. Save it? Oh, I can't save it. But I suspect that's kind of gonna be what it's like to live with this thing. Even though it has those limit straps, I think that's more for aesthetic gains than actual performance gains, or maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Probably the latter, let's be real. Of course, the gyro's putting in a lot of work. I don't want to call myself a good driver. I'm certainly not the best. And just like the Baja, it corners sharp. I can get it to rotate pretty easily. And again, just like the Baja Rey, it slides pretty well, pretty predictably, pretty flat. And of course, this truck is going to be wicked fast. It is an 8S truck after all. This is a V1 with the Dynamite branded electronics. Of course, really the only real difference with the updated ones is telemetry and some more adjustability, but functionally they're basically the same. This truck is so sick. The tires are not bead locked like they would be on the Baja. I'm not entirely sure if that is a positive or negative, or just something, some detail, you know? Let's go give it the railroad rock test. Got to cross the road here onto these rocks. Basically what I do here with these rocks is, because, you know, railroad rocks are not the smoothest thing in the world, I like to see how trucks' suspension behave on this kind of surface. You know what I'm talking about. Sharp edges, real bouncy. So far, the truck that does really well here, and really the only one, is the standard size laser nut, because of the soft tires and this really, really soft suspension. How does this? Squirrely, real squirrely. Not too bad though, not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go full throttle here. Seems like any little rock that hits at the most like wrong angle is enough to kick it sideways. So I'm managing steering a lot here. Yeah, it's basically one badly placed rock away from chaos. So I'd still say the standard laser nut is a better truck here. Just like the Baja, you really got to plan your jumps to prevent that donkey kick. Surprise to nobody. Does this truck drift? I think it does. Ooh, not into the wood. It'll kind of drift, not really. It doesn't really like it. Yeah, not a huge fan of the drifting with this truck. You really got to huck it into the corners with throttle and then whip it around off throttle to engage oversteer. Of course, that probably all comes down to diff tuning, but I don't really feel like optimizing for that. I feel like this open lot here is really where this truck shines. Yeah, this truck is nasty, nasty. Yeah, this truck is savage. Oh, rocks right into the toes. Really got to adjust my grip here on this radio. Here's how I drive one-handed. Not the most elegant solution. One of these days I'll get a head cam or a chest cam. Overall, I am so happy about this trade, and I know he is too because he's been sending me photos. He is so stoked on that Super Rock Rey, and I am so stoked on this Super Rock Rey.